Ladies and gentlemen, I want you guys to pay very close attention to what Rigathi Gachagua is saying in this particular clip, because it's going to form the basis of this analysis. Pay very close attention.
This region has a traditional way of receiving the king. We received you as a king yesterday because you are one. Although we elected you on the 9th of August, you had not been confirmed as a leader in the traditional way in this region until yesterday. Because there is a way it is done. And the way it is done is that the leader must come from Nairobi and cross River Chania. By road, not by air. Yesterday, that journey must take 8 hours. No more, no less. You crossed River Chania yesterday at 10:38 a.m. and we received you here at the gate of Sagana State Lodge at 6:38 p.m. exactly 8 hours from River Chania to Sagana State Lodge. I want to announce that you are now the confirmed leader of the Mount Kenya region in the traditional way, the way we receive the king.
Now that's Rigathi Gachagua confirming William Ruto as Mount Kenya Kingpin. And I have two questions to ask. The first question which I want to ask is that, can William Ruto qualify to be Mount Kenya Kingpin? Because for me, Mount Kenya Kingpin should be someone from the mountain. Can William Ruto qualify? The second question I'm asking myself, who is the current Kingpin before William Ruto was confirmed today? Was that individual Uhuru Kenyatta? Or Rigathi Gachagua by virtue of being the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya? Who is the current Mount Kenya Kingpin? So in this video, I want us to do a critical analysis about that statement which Rigathi Gachagua made at Sagana State Lodge. Before you do that, for those who are watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click that subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support, because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. And without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to dive in. And by the way, today marks the second day of William Ruto's visit to the mountain. He was at Sagana State Lodge. And what were mountain? Waligula. The people of Nyeri ate. Rigathi Gachagua actually fulfilled his pre-election promise to the people of Nyeri that atawafungulia mlango ya State House and that they will eat. Today the mountain ate.
Your Excellency, kwa sababu utachaguliwa, tunakuomba, kuna kitu moja Rais Moi alikuwa anafanya, tunataka ufanye, na tunakuomba kwa heshima. Any one time unakuja hapa State Lodge, unafungua milango. Watu unapika mchele, nyama, nini, watu wanakuja huko, wanakula, wanakuambia kwa heri, wanaenda. Kakone roge mureda. Hiyo tu.
Ni sababu mimi nilifikiria tu ni mchezo. Wakati the deputy president alisema gate itafunguliwa, sikuamini, hata nilikuwa nashangaa itakuwaje watu wote wa Mount Kenya wafunguliwe gate ya State Lodge. Sasa nimeona ni ukweli, na ile mchele ya nyama kweli ni mchele ya nyama. Sababu ukiangalia mimi nimewekewa nyama pale, alafu nikaitwa na wengine wakaniambia wewe hujaweka nyama ya kutosha, nikawekewa. Kwa hivyo ninashukuru sana, Mungu awabariki na aendelee kuwaongoza, na tuna imani ya kwamba tukimaliza hii kukula mambo mazuri ndio iko inakuja. Sababu unajua hata kwa Biblia wakati Yesu alitaka kuhubiria watu, aliwaangalia akaona hawa ndio tuzungumza vizuri, aliwatengenezea mikate na nyama, wakakula wakashiba, na ndio akaweza kuwahubiria. Sasa hii serikali imeanza na the correct step, because hizi ni mahasara. Tujai kanyanga hapa hata mchele na nyama, isipokuwa ni vile watu wanaongea tu na mchezo na kuringa. Kama mimi kwangu siwezi kula namna hii ukweli, sababu nyama iko juu, mchele iko juu, lakini serikali sasa imetuonyesha sasa huu ni mwamko mpya. Wakati wanapigana kuteremsha bei ya mchele, bei ya kila kitu itaenda chini, na wametuonyesha kwa vitendo.
But let us focus on the issue. When do you think Rigathi Gachagua confirmed William Ruto as the Mount Kenya Kingpin? what is the story behind all this? Number one, if you ask me, it is William Ruto's strategy to replace Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta as the Mount Kenya Kingpin. It's that simple. Because let's face it, Uhuru Kenyatta became Mount Kenya Kingpin several years ago. He was actually confirmed by none other than the late Mishoki.
Mtu yeyote ambaye anapenda Wakikuyu afuate Uhuru. Uhuru wa Kenyatta ndiye atakuwa kiongozi ya Wakikuyu.
Then he became the president, and until last year when he lost the presidency, when his candidate lost, Uhuru Kenyatta has always been the Mount Kenya Kingpin. So for me, the event today at Sagana was basically to replace Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta as the Mount Kenya Kingpin and not being replaced by someone from the mountain, because that would have opened a can of worms. So they decided that the best thing is let us have William Ruto as Mount Kenya Kingpin. Again, which begs the question, between Uhuru and Ruto, who is Mount Kenya Kingpin? Who? Let me read in the comment section, because let's face it, Ruto defeated Uhuru in the mountain. The other fact is that Ruto still would have received the same votes he received even if he had someone else as a running mate, which means Rigathi Gachagua is not really a factor in the mountain. The factor is either Uhuru or Ruto. So for me, all these stories were geared in achieving one objective: to replace Uhuru Kenyatta as the Mount Kenya Kingpin, basically having now installing Ruto as the new Mount Kenya Kingpin. So that's number one. Number two, I'm also looking at it from this perspective that Mount Kenya wants to rally their base behind William Ruto. And they've realized that for them to rally their base behind William Ruto, they need a figure. And that figure is none other than William Samoei Arap Ruto. Because William Ruto was able to kick out Uhuru, and he was able to sustain or to maintain anti-Raila Odinga campaign. That is the person. So for me, by declaring William Ruto as Mount Kenya Kingpin, Rigathi Gachagua and the group are basically telling the mountain that this is where we are still going to. Because if you look at it critically, what stopped William Ruto, for example, from declaring Rigathi Gachagua as the new Mount Kenya Kingpin? William Ruto, being a politician, cannot do that. If you were to declare Rigathi Gachagua as Mount Kenya Kingpin by virtue of his office as the deputy president, then it would have meant that a lot of Mount Kenya supporters were then going to shift their allegiance to Rigathi Gachagua. William Ruto would not want a situation where another figure or another individual is emerging from Mount Kenya as a leader. He won't do that. He can only do that after he's winning his second term, if he will be able to do that. And for me, I strongly believe that if that will happen, then that individual is not going to be Rigathi Gachagua. It's likely to be Ndindi Nyoro or Kimani Ichung'wah, if you ask me. So for me, they are using this Ruto factor, because Ruto was able to rally the mountain. They are now rallying the mountain around Ruto again for the purposes of 2022. They'll tell their people that Ruto is our kingpin. He has stood with us. We voted for him. Then let us move again with him in the next election. Number three, in my view, Rigathi Gachagua is also following Nyayo's footsteps. For anybody who's followed politics of the Republic of Kenya, there is a former president, the second president of the Republic of Kenya, Daniel Toroitich arap Moi. Daniel Toroitich arap Moi followed the footsteps of Jomo Kenyatta. He realized that Jomo Kenyatta was aged. He took his pen and a paper, calculated, and he figured out that Jomo Kenyatta's time on this earth was near. So there was no way of opposing Jomo Kenyatta. He only needed to support him so that he could win the support of the late president. And that's exactly what Moi did. He served Jomo Kenyatta diligently to an extent that even a group of Mount Kenya leaders emerged who tried to kick him out, but he stuck with him. So when Jomo Kenyatta died, Moi automatically became the president of the Republic of Kenya. For me, I don't know what is motivating Rigathi Gachagua to swear this kind of allegiance to William Ruto. But being a politician, I'm sure there is something which he has seen, which probably most of us have not seen. And he has figured out that it's safe for him to stick behind this guy so that they go to 2027 election as a team and as a deputy president. And then his calculation is telling him that probably he can become the next president of the Republic of Kenya, naturally, even without going through a vote. So I'm also looking at it that he's trying to follow the path which Moi used before. Because you will not do this considering our Kenyan politics. Our Kenyan politics is about betrayal. You can't rule out the possibility that Ruto can actually betray Rigathi Gachagua. But why do you think Rigathi Gachagua is sticking? Because of what I've told you. He's following what Moi did. Number 4, in my view, if you ask me, it's about the 2037 succession politics. You know, Mutai Ngunyi came up with the theory in this Republic of Kenya, the tyranny of numbers. And that tyranny of numbers, it is what was used successfully to rig in Uhuru Kenyatta in 2013. That a Kikuyu candidate supported by a Kalenjin candidate, or the Kikuyu nation supported by Kalenjin nation, will automatically win the presidency. By declaring William Ruto as Mount Kenya Kingpin, it means there's a debt which is placing on the shoulder of William Ruto. And we will expect those debts to be paid in 2027. By making him, in 2032, by making him the presidential candidate. I don't know what you think, but lastly, I also strongly believe that in Kenya Kwanza, there is this war about 2027 presidential running mate. Who is going to be William Ruto's running mate? Is Mount Kenya safe for Ruto? That's exactly what they were trying to do. They were trying to create a safe environment for William Ruto. If you saw the way those guys ate there, you know, the Kikuyu nation, who pressed themselves as having produced 3 presidents in the Republic of Kenya, pressed themselves as the sons of Mau Mau, could just be given chapati, michele, na nyama, and they're celebrating. Something is wrong somewhere. Thank you guys, and may you have a good day. Bye-bye.